All right, let's get you the breaking news that is coming in right now. Aviation regulator DGCA has imposed a penalty of 10 lakh rupees on Air India for non-compliance with its regulations. A show-cause notice was issued to Air India on the 3rd of November this year, seeking their response for non-compliance to the provisions of the relevant regulations. My colleague Samir joins us for more on this. Samir, show-cause notice on non-compliance of regulations by the DGCA. What are these regulations that the DGCA is talking about? What is this case all about? All right, we'll try and reconnect with Samir, my colleague, who will be giving us more inputs. But remember, aviation regulator DGCA has imposed a penalty of 10 lakh rupees on Air India for non-compliance with its regulations. A show-cause notice was also issued to the airline on the 3rd of November, seeking their response in the case of non-compliance to the provisions of the relevant regulations that DGCA has imposed a fine on. So Air India's response, of course, is awaited right now. But as far as we know, the information is that DGCA has now taken a step further and imposed a 10 lakh rupee fine on Air India for non-compliance with its regulations. What these regulations are, we will get to know. And of course, remember, this has been preceded by the fact that DGCA had issued a show-cause notice to Air India on the 3rd of November. All right, Samir, my colleague, joins us for more. Samir, DGCA imposing now a 10 lakh rupee penalty on Air India. This, of course, is preceded by the fact that DGCA had also sent a show-cause notice to the airline. What are these regulations that DGCA is talking about that Air India has not complied with?
Let me first tell you that this is not for the first time that this kind of financial penalty has been imposed on Tata Group-led Air India. Earlier also, Air India did violate certain rules, and because of which the aviation regulator, DGCA, imposed financial penalty of rupees 10 lakhs. And this is for the second time that this kind of action has been taken against the airline. So the background of the entire case is that in the month of September and May, the regulator carried out inspection at 3 of the airports, Bengaluru, Kochi and Delhi, and where it has been found that the scheduled airline, this Air India, was not properly following the civil aviation requirement rule or the DGCA compliance, which include providing certain passenger facilities. For example, if the flight has been cancelled by the airline, then you have to provide hotel accommodation or the alternative arrangement has to be done. Similarly, in case of cancellation, what sort of refund and what is the process that is being followed, how the passenger is being assisted in time when the problem is with the airline, whether it be cancellation or the rescheduling of airline. So how the airline is assisting the passenger, that is one of the important and a big thing which was being looked by the aviation regulator, and it was found that there was multiple lapses that was being done by the airline. After which, in the month of November, DGCA issued a show-cause notice to Air India, and based on the reply that was given by the airline, it was found not satisfactory, and then DGCA imposed a penalty of rupees 10 lakhs. Let me also tell you that this is not just with Air India, but we are also picking up from our sources that DGCA is actively looking into the case of Indigo Airline, where it has been alleged that Indigo Airline refused to take 6 passengers to their destination. It's a recent case, and we might see some sort of big action against the Indigo Airline as well.
All right, Samir, thank you very much for joining us with those details. So the latest being the fact that DGCA has now imposed a 10 lakh rupee penalty on Air India. And as Samir was telling us, this is about the flouting or the non-compliance of the guidelines that have been laid down by the DGCA. We will keep getting you the latest on that and also see how Air India really responds and if it responds. All right, let's move on this broadcast.